One night I knock on the door, and who answers the door? It's her. And she goes, "Oh my God, it's so great to see you. How have you been?" And I go, "It's great to see you." Man, I gave her a hug, and I put the Chinese down, and she goes, "What are you doing with your life?" I'm getting divorced, but I got into stand-up comedy, and I'm trying to deliver food to make a living. And she's like, "Oh, that's so sweet. You and her broke up? Oh, you must need a hug." And as I started hugging her, we started swapping spit. And I touched a little monkey, and I could feel nobody had even touched a monkey in like 10 years. Steam started coming up. And I started fingering that motherfucker like a savage and swapping spit with her. And my hand was nice and wet, and I'm fingering it. I got a pinky surrounding her asshole. And I'm working, and finally I put it down slowly. And I pop her pants. I take her tit out. She's got one big fucking tit. I'm sucking her tits. And I'm making out with her. I'm fingering at the same time. So while I'm fingering her, I take her pants down. But I go, I don't want to see what the other leg is. So I took the leg off of the good leg. And I left the fucking bad leg covered because I don't want to know what it is. If she's got like a pole under there, one of those fucked up feet. I want to see. So I picked up her fucking legs and I started eating her pussy. The clit fucking was huge. I'm sucking at her like a piece of bubble gum. I look up at her and she's like this, Christine, like with her mouth open. I go, now's the time to put the helmet in that fucking mouth. So I switched up. I started two-finger Louie her, and I went around her and I put that fucking hammer in her mouth, and she didn't know what to do. She's like, and at that time, I was trying to fucking lift weights and shit, so I wasn't jerking off. Because somebody told me not to jerk off, that your protein. I was retarded, though. You know, I'm retarded.
Yeah.
And when I came in the mouth, it was one of those loads, Christine, that don't stop. You ever have one of those things?
I know, Christine.
And you're sucking it with your eyes closed, and then after a minute, you open it up because you're like, when is this going to stop? And I could look at her swallowing it, and it was endless. It was fucking endless. It was just a load of death. It was like a month and a half of not coming. There was Valium in there and Xanax and fucking
Well, it's
cocaine.
nice seeing you, Joey. Thanks for stopping by.
I shot a load in the mouth, and when I took my dick out, she went, It was like she drank a gallon of Mountain Dew. She looked at me. She started getting a little dizzy.
Oh, my God.
I was selling Valium at the time. I was taking like 100 milligrams of Valium a night. When I shot in her mouth to put her in a trance, she was glassy-eyed. She gave me a $3 tip, and I left, and I never saw her again. She must have ate that Chinese food and slept for a week.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
You got any dates coming up you want to
You can still
You got a Twitter handle?
You
You
can
wanna
still
plug
feel what
that?
that nut felt like, I bet, right?
Oh, it was like a
I mean-
3-minute nut.
But wait a minute, you didn't even bang her? You
No,
didn't put it in her
no.
vagine?
No.
No,
Well, that's-
Let me
He
tell you, the
unloaded
pussy
it.
eating was tremendous.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I licked her asshole.
Sorry, I blacked out at some point. I
No,
didn't listen
sure.
closely.
Once I
enough.
shove my tongue in your ass, you black out. It's like you're 14 and your uncle's molesting you. You know. You just black out and let happen what's gonna happen anyway.